Hey guys, it's Brett, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to our channel. I'm here with my warm reviews from the Happiness Blooms Garden Bundle, 2025 Garden Bundle. 3 bars from that. I have 3 bars from the Easter 2025 bundle. And I have the Harry Potter Butterbeer Bar. Warm reviews from all of those. So I'm gonna get started here. I'm gonna start out with the Happiness Blooms Garden Bundle. 3 bars here. I'm gonna start with my least favorite, go to my favorite of the 3. So number 3, coming in at number 3 is Hydrangea Bouquet. And the notes are Hydrangea and Pink Freesia. So I did like this one, but it just, not as much as the other 2. It's pretty, but it was a little bit on the lighter side. That's kind of why probably it was number 3. So like the notes say, it's Hydrangea and Pink Freesia. It's just floral, it's pretty floral. Really pretty hydrangea with a little freesia. That's pretty much all there is to say about it. It's a real soft floral. This isn't like a real heady, strong floral. If you like soft florals, then you'll like this. If you don't like real strong florals and you like the more subtle, soft, not give you migraine type of florals, you'll probably like this. I, on the other hand, are in the opposite. I like the real strong florals. I love to really smell them. I don't get headaches from florals. I don't mind the real strong powdery florals, real heady florals. I tend to like those a little bit better, so that's probably why this was number 3. It was just a little bit too soft for me. But it was really pretty. I did like it for like if you would want just like a background type of floral scent. That's how it was. Kind of gave me vibes of Blooming Marvelous a little bit. The scent of the month from May last year. I think it was, or the year before. No, it was last year, May 2024. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that a little bit. It's not exactly, but that was a little bit, no, it's not as light as that. That was really light, like you could barely smell it. Although I have warmed a bar since then that's cured for like over a year. Well, almost a year, not quite a year. But it has gotten stronger just sitting there. Over those few months, just sitting there, it's gotten stronger. I have 1 bar left, so I'm kind of curious to see how that does, because it's been sitting there even longer. This wasn't as light as that. You could definitely smell this one. That one was almost so light you could barely smell it at first when you first warmed it. Like I said, it got stronger after it sat there. This one was stronger than that, but still it was light. I'd say out of 10, it was probably like a 5. Yeah, right around a 5, maybe 6 a little bit. But it was a real pretty Hydrangea Pink Freesia, just on the lighter side on that one. But it was pretty. Number 2 is Honeysuckle Dew. This is honeysuckle, jasmine, dewy greens, and lemon zest. I almost put this at number 1, but it ended up being number 2. This is so good. Yeah, if you like honeysuckle, this is such a good, pretty honeysuckle. Yeah, really nice, beautiful honeysuckle. Jasmine, there's a little jasmine, but it's mostly honeysuckle. The dewy greens, I could get a little dewy greens. Lemon zest, I don't really get a lot of lemon zest. Mostly honeysuckle, little dewy greens, and maybe just a touch of jasmine maybe. But it's really mostly predominantly honeysuckle. But it's really beautiful, really gorgeous. Stronger than the Hydrangea Bouquet. But it's still not, it still wasn't like an overly strong floral. But it was closer to what I like though, because I could definitely smell this one. But I don't think it's necessarily going to give you a migraine or anything. But it was beautiful, really, really beautiful. I really like this. This was probably about a 7 out of 10. On this one, and it lasted for a couple of days. Hydrangea Bouquet I think was a couple of days or so, but it was lighter though. But this did 2 to maybe 3 days. You know, it was a little bit lighter each day though. But I did really like Honeysuckle Dew, and I would repurchase that again. These all come in a bundle, so you can't get them separately. But if I was able to get them separately, I don't think I would get Hydrangea Bouquet again because it's just too light for me. But I definitely would get Hydrangea Bouquet. I would probably add this to a club order though, because you can't get them separate in a club order. So I would probably add this to a club order to get a few more of that one. And then my favorite, which I was surprised based on cold sniff, I didn't think this was going to be my favorite, but it ended up being my favorite when I warmed it. And that is Serene Succulent. This is Succulent Greens and Bright Bergamot. This was so good. Yeah, it was really, really good. I loved this one when I warmed it. It was so strong and good. It's very citrusy bergamot. It's not like the cologne type of bergamot. Sometimes bergamots can lean cologne or even perfumey, but it's not really cologne or perfume. It's very citrusy, because bergamot is a citrus, so usually it can lean citrus, but then sometimes cologne. This is way citrus, very strong citrus. Bergamot, yeah, very citrusy bergamot. And then those greens. It's not dewy greens, but there is just succulent greens, I guess. It's just a green note. It's real pretty greens with the bright citrusy bergamot. Really good. It's very strong, very bright, very kind of zesty like, just really good. Totally could smell it. So strong. I had no problem smelling this. This lingered on for me for about 3 days, maybe even into the 4th day. I could just smell it lingering and lingering. It went down a little bit, you know, 2nd and 3rd day, but it was pretty strong compared to some other ones. I would say out of 10, like on the 1st day or so, it was probably about an 8 to almost 9 out of 10 for me. It was really strong. And like I said, it lingered 3 or 4 days. I really enjoyed this one. Definitely would get more of that one. So that is the 3 from the Happiness Blooms Garden Bundle. I like those quite a bit. I think I like those better than last year's overall for me personally. Not as good as the year before, which had the Mint Fields, Heirloom Rose, and Soft Plumeria. Those are my favorites still, but these are probably my second set. Favorite after that set. Alright, next we have the Easter Collection Bundle. I'll start out with my least favorite, go to my favorite again. So number 3, we have Peach Paradise. And the notes are white woods, vanilla bean, tangerine, and peach. So this was nice when I first started warming it. Really good when I first started warming it. And I put it in the warmers. It was to me like a real sugary candy peach and tangerine. Yeah, I really got the peach and the tangerine. Little vanilla bean, but it wasn't like overly creamy. It was actually really like candy-like, almost sugary candy, like peach and tangerine. Really sweet, really good, really juicy, sweet, sugary, candy-like to me. It was really good. I didn't get much white woods. On warm, I didn't really get much white woods. Barely get it on cold, and on warming, I don't think I really picked up much woods. But really strong when I first put it in. Right out the gate, it was strong, really good. But about 3 hours, it like completely almost went away for me. I'm like, I went in the bedroom where I had a warming in our master bedroom, master bath. And I'm like, what happened to it? It's like almost gone. It went from like, when it first started out, it was probably like, I'd say almost 8 out of 10. It was really strong, about 8 out of 10. After about 3 hours, it dropped down to like almost a 2 to 3 out of 10. It would just went, it like plummeted really fast. And then it just, every hour after that, it just kind of went away. And maybe 6 hours, and I just really couldn't smell anything anymore at all. So yeah, that was a little disappointing. I really liked it at first, first 2 to 3 hours, but then it just went downhill. That's pretty short for it to only last 2 to 3 hours, but some of them do that. I don't know, but everybody's noses are different. Everybody's houses are different. You know, it may perform different for you in your house. Different, you know, things come into factor with that. But for me, it just wasn't very long at all. But I did like it at first. Number 2 is Prickly Pear Flare. Sparkling bubbles, tangy pineapple, and prickly pear. I wasn't sure of this on my cold sniffs. I thought something in the notes kind of clashed a little bit, but I liked it better on warming. You know, on warming, I like it better. It's still kind of hard to describe. So it is, I guess, the prickly pear, but the prickly pear is actually not like a regular pear. It's the fruit on a cactus, which is called prickly pear, but I don't think it's, I've never smelled one, so but I don't think it has the same scent as a regular pear does. But there is kind of a fruity scent in here, but it's not like a regular pear. And then sparkling bubbles, maybe just a touch. I feel like I got a little bit more on cold, on warm. It's not real effervescent-y, but there could be a touch of that in there with a little bit of that fruit from the prickly pear. And then tangy pineapple. I don't know. I don't get what I consider pineapple in here, but there's, like I said, even that other kind of pear, and this pineapple is giving it kind of a fruitiness, but it's not like what I think of pineapple and what I think of regular pear. But there is just a general fruitiness in here that's different than those. It's different than a regular pear, different than a pineapple, but I don't know exactly what it is I'm smelling. I guess it is the prickly pear. And then it's different pineapple than your regular, but it's just fruity. And then there's a touch of a greenness in here. I don't know if that's like from the cactus that the prickly pear is on. There's a little touch of like a green note in here. But it was nice. I liked it. It performed well for me. I could smell it every time I went in the bedroom. It lasted for like 2 days or so. Probably like a 7 out of 10. Then maybe the second day went down like a 6 out of 10. Then a little went down after that. But it did pretty good and I enjoyed it. So yeah. Prickly Pear Flare is number 2. And then my number 1 is Lemon Heaven. This is sweet vanilla bean, sugared almond, and lemonade. This is just a really good bakery lemon scent. Yeah, just a good bakery lemon scent. Kind of reminds me of a lemon cookie. That almond, I think, makes it smell like kind of like a cookie. The vanilla bean, bakery-like. Lemonade, I mean, I don't know. I mean, kind of, but just lemon in general. Kind of lemonade, maybe. But like, it reminded me like the lemon cookies, those Girl Scout cookies. I think they were called lemonades, actually. I had like that shortbread lemon cookie and then like icing on the top of it. Kind of reminded me of that. Really good. The bakery was really good in here. Did good. It was about, I'd say 7 to 7.5 out of 10. And it lasts for like 1 full day. Doesn't really go into the 2 day. It might lightly be there on the second day, but I'm talking like if you kept it on and turned your warmers off at night. I'm not talking keep it on 24 hours a day, because usually when I test out these scents, most of the time they're in the master bedroom and I don't keep my warmers on 24/7 in there. I turn them off at night. So if I say a full day, I pretty much mean like 12 hours or so. I don't mean 24 hours. 12 to 18 just depends on when I start them and all that stuff. Yeah, but this one probably it would last maybe a good 12 to 18 hours, probably more like 18 hours. Anything over that would just be like a light vanilla kind of a smell going on. But it's good. I did really like it. I said in my first sniffs, I immediately thought of lemon coconut chiffon. But after warming, I actually just warmed lemon coconut chiffon upstairs just now because I warmed this again. I warmed it the first time when I got it in the whip box, and I warmed it again, this second bar that we got in the collection. And then I have another, we got 2 sets, and then we did samples with the other bar. So I had 3 bars altogether. So I warmed this a second time to give myself a refresher of what it smelled like since it had been a few weeks. And then I thought, let me warm lemon coconut chiffon in the bedroom today to see how it is. And it's not quite like that. I feel like lemon coconut chiffon definitely has more of that custardy lemon. It's like a lemon custard. And then just a little bit of a cake note as opposed to like kind of like a cookie. I mean, this could kind of come off cake, but it's just a little bit of a different bakery note. And I feel like this almost has a little bit more bakery than lemon coconut chiffon does. Lemon coconut chiffon, that custard there gives it kind of a bakery, but then there's a touch of that butter cake in there. And then the coconut, toasted coconut. Like this doesn't have any coconut in it. So that had that in there. And I do prefer lemon coconut chiffon better because it smells so good up in my bedroom right now. But this did smell good, really good as well. But there is also elements of lemon drizzle cake. When I first did my first sniffs, I didn't, for some reason, even think of that. I don't know why. It just didn't pop in my head, but lemon drizzle cake did. But it does kind of smell like that, but it doesn't have that lot of like sugar note that a lot of people didn't like in there. But it has similarity. It has similarity to that, but it's not exactly like lemon drizzle cake and not exactly like lemon coconut chiffon. It's, you know, it's different from both of those, but just has some similar elements from both of those. But I liked it. I did like it. So I would definitely repurchase this again. Just really good lemon bakery scent, which is always good for me. So I think out of this collection, they're also not available separately. You have to get them in a bundle. But if I was like to add them to a club, I probably wouldn't get Peach Paradise again just because, I don't know, I kind of want to try it again though, because it was so good those first 3 hours or so. If it would have lasted longer, I would have really maybe wanted to get again. I don't know. Prickly Pear Flare, I think I would get again. And Lemon Heaven, definitely would get again. Yeah. And then lastly, we have Harry Potter Butterbeer. This is creamy butterscotch, warm vanilla, and hint of caramel. This is actually sold out right now. You can't get it anymore. It's sold out on our website. The only way you can get it is if you add it to a Scentsy Club or create a Scentsy Club and order it that way, because it is still available in Scentsy Club. This was really good. Yeah, so good. Such a good butterscotch scent. It's mostly butterscotch with a little bit of caramel, like it says, hint of caramel, and then some vanilla. It smells very similar to Butterbeer. If you saw my first snaps I showed where we went here, a local truck, well, not local, a Harry Potter Butterbeer truck came to locally here, and they were giving away samples of Butterbeer, like a little Butterbeer slushy. And I tried it, and it was really good. And it smells very similar with that smell, like close. But even though I smell a little maple in that, but this doesn't have maple or anything, but it smells pretty close to it. Really good. It is similar to Gimme Candy somewhat, but I feel like this is more butterscotchy. And actually, I warmed Gimme Candy again, so I could compare them both after I warmed this. And that almost has, something about that has more of a fall vibe to it. It just comes off a little fall-like compared to this. But this doesn't really give me fall vibes. It's just really good butterscotch, vanilla, and just a hint of caramel. But yeah. Performance-wise though, I think I put this in like at 11:30 a.m. in our bedroom and then the master bath. So it started at 11:30, really good. I mean, I could smell really good. It's probably like 8.5 to almost up to 9 out of 10. It was doing really good. And then, you know, I went in there a few times, excuse me, you know, every 30 minutes or so I go in there, and then I think it was right around 2 or 3:30, something like that. I went in there and it died down considerably, like it really died down. Almost kind of like the Peach Paradise, but I think this lasted a little bit longer than Peach Paradise did though. But I don't think it died off as much as that did either. This did die down, but it wasn't as much as Peach Paradise. It died down to like maybe, I'd say 4 out of 10, maybe 4 to 5 out of 10. But then every hour after that, it just kind of dropped and dropped and dropped. And, you know, so that was what? 12, 1, 2, 4 hours. It dropped considerably. So then the 5th hour, 6th. By the 8th hour, so it was pretty light by the 8th hour. And then after that, I could just get a subtle hint of like a vanilla kind of bakery type of scent. But then it was very, very light by the end of the day. Like by the 12-hour mark, when I went to bed that night, it was very light. And then the next day I turned the warmers on. I turned them off at night, like I said. Then the next day I turned it back on, and I could get a little hint of like a vanilla, maybe a hint of a caramel. The butterscotch had kind of worn off though, but I got this real light vanilla hint of caramel type of scent. But it was so light. It was like maybe a 1 or 2, just barely lingering on. So it didn't completely die out, but it died down pretty quick. I wish that really strong butterscotch that I smelled for the first 4 hours or so would have lasted a little bit longer. It was so good though. It was so good those first 4 hours that I would definitely get it again. It's not club worthy though, for me personally, but I could see how you maybe would want to put it in your club. It's just a little bit short-lived for me at that strong intensity that I liked. I actually did put 2 more in my monthly club that comes next week, so that I can get 2 more, and then I'll just have 2 more for my collection. Since you can't get it anymore on the website, you have to get through club. But yeah, it was really good. Just wish it would have lasted a little bit longer at that really good strong intensity. Okay, so that is all the bars here. If I had to rate all these bars all together, all 7 of these bars of my favorite to least favorite, my favorite out of all these 7 would be probably Serene's Second one. I just really like this. I think it was that little bit of green in there that, you know, I love green scents, and that green and then that citrus of bergamot. I just really, really liked this a lot. I can't, when did I get? Oh, I added a bar to my monthly club. So I put this Butterbeer Bar in my monthly club, and then I had a half price item. So I use this for a half price item, but then I'm probably gonna get more of this when I close out a party, and I'll use some of my credit and get a few more. Again, none of these I don't think I'm gonna put in my club, but I definitely would get more of this one. And I will probably when I close out a party. But I'm getting 1 bar for half off through my monthly club next week. All right, then number 2 would probably be Butterbeer, because it just was so good. Even though it didn't last as long as I would hoped it would at that intensity that I liked, it was just so good. So good. Number 3, Lemon Heaven, because bakery, I love it. Even though, and it did last longer than Butterbeer, but just that Butterbeer was so freaking good. It's so good. Okay, number 4, I wrote them down here so I wouldn't forget. Number 4, where's that at? Honeysuckle Dew. Really, really good. Great honeysuckle scent. Number 5, Prickly Pear Flare. Number 6 and number 7 I kind of went back and forth with, but I put number 6, Peach Paradise, because I did really like it for those first 2 to 3 hours, but again, then it pretty much flatlined after that for the most part. Really, really light after that. And then number 7, I put Hydrangea Bouquet. Only because I just feel like when I did smell Peach Paradise really good, I like it better than this, I think. But even though this performed better overall than Peach Paradise did, I just don't think I liked it as much as Peach Paradise. But it's really pretty though. It's really pretty though. Yeah. So that's Hydrangea Bouquet, number 7. So that's it, my warm reviews from the Happiness Blooms Garden Bundle and the Easter collection and the Harry Potter Butterbeer Bar. So let me know below, have you tried any of these? What were your favorites? What would you repurchase? What did you like and what did you not like? All right, so thanks for watching and I'll see y'all in our next video. Bye.